Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Leo collective in Leo season, might I add? It is mid-August. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Leo collective in mid-August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's have ourselves a good time today, my friends. Let's have some fun. And while I get this card out, I want to once again wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Whether it's already passed, whether it's still coming up, I really hope you have a great birthday. All right, into the reading. The card did pop out while I was extending my birthday wishes. And we have the beautiful Femme Fatale showing up. Ooh, yeah, this is a spicy card. I do like it. It's great for fire signs, especially. There's a certain allure that she has, and I just love the confidence and the beauty. But there is this undertone of danger that I find very intriguing. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk a little more in depth about our good friend over here. So we see this lovely lady all dressed in red from head to toe, even the red lipstick, holding a rose. We got Venus flytraps on the bottom, and we have what seems to be a red hummingbird of sorts. Now, she does have Queen of Wands vibes here. And a big thing I always think of with the Queen of Wands is confidence. This card represents confidence, self-confidence. Again, this isn't gender specific or anything. For a lot of Leos, you might be feeling a little bolder, a little more confident. Hopefully it's not the inverse, because sometimes this energy can be a little hard on itself. So keep that in mind. Like, it's about self-perception, aesthetics. There's a magnetism to this card where it just pulls things in. Now, there are certain things in this time that you may find very tempting or very alluring, whether it's a thought, a behavior, whatever. It's like, ooh, that looks intriguing. I want to go check that out, right? So I like it, but let's keep in perspective. The femme fatale is holding a rose. Roses are beautiful, but they also have thorns. Venus flytraps secrete a sweet-smelling odor, and that attracts things, and then it closes it up. So there is this like beauty and danger showing up here for some reason. So hey, maybe some of you are feeling that way, where it's like, I look good, feel good, but don't try me. But we're going to let her chill out right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So for all fire signs last week, it was very chatty. A lot of talk and a lot of chit-chat, and maybe even for like several weeks in the Leo readings. But last week's reading was titled The Serious Talk. Now, that could show up in a lot of different ways. That could be a conversation of a serious topic. It could be something where it's like, hey, we need to square this away and figure it out. Like, so there was this serious edge to the communication. So just know that could bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we see in your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for the lovely Leos in their birthday season. What's happening as we get towards the back end of Leo season, please? Thank you. Okay, judgment, intense. Super intense. And that's another thing I could say about the femme fatale. She's super intense. Now we got judgment, which is absolutely an energy that like starts with a bang, right? Like, that energy is not slow. So there is like this strong energetic intensity I'm picking up. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what we have. All right, 3 pentacles. Cool. This could be other people's energy showing up here. I don't dislike it. It is a little smoother, not as intense. We're going to have to see how all this plays out. Let's get one more. Maybe for some of you, this is like a great thing. That's very possible. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. Cool. So there is a lot of earthy energy here this week, which isn't inherently a bad thing. It starts really intense, and then it does seem to smooth out. So for some of you, this might really be great. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like it lays a nice foundation for us. Um, and it gives us a lot of hints to how energy is moving, right? And we are earth predominant. I saw a similar thing in the Aries reading. Lots of earth in the fire signs this week. Right back here, Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Judgment, we're just going to call that intense major arcana energy. I'm not going to attach one of the classical elements to it because I see it as Plutonian and changed base. It's very spiritual. So if I were to call it an element, it would be the ether, right? But here with the earth, it is very earthy and it could represent stability and security, whether it's internal or external. When I see a lot of earth, I think of routine, I think of day to day life. Every week at this time, I do this. So it's like scheduled. It could be money, work, career, business, finance, investment. So anything of the material realm. It's energy that's outside of us. So whether it's situations, whether it's the people, this is an outside type of energy. The downside to Earth is that sometimes it could be a little too slow. Sometimes it could be a little too clunky. Sometimes it could be a little too heavy. So if you've been going through some things and the energy feels like it's weighing you down, it could be because of all this earthiness. Now, right here with Judgment, again, that is just powerful major arcana energy. And when I say Plutonian, it ties into like scorpionic, Scorpio type of energy. That's about metamorphosis and change, and it's very spiritual. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, Judgment. And we see the Archangel Gabriel here blowing that trumpet. We got the people rising up from the graves. There's a lot of in depth symbolism, and I love this card. Whenever we see an Archangel in a tarot card, it always makes me happy because I say, all right, that's some spiritual protection there. That's some spiritual insulation. So maybe some of you need to hear that. Where it's like, oh no, you got spirit with you. Oh no, you're being protected from this or protected from that. But what do we know about the Archangel Gabriel? That Gabriel is known to be the messenger of God. It could be signs, synchronicities, omens, things like that. Now, for some Leos, maybe you're at a crossroads of some sort where you need to make a judgment or a decision point where it's like, okay, I need to make a call here. Am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Because judgment leads up to action, right? So it is someone that's making a change, making a shift, making a move. But one thing I always mention when we get to the challenging aspect, if we put all the spiritual, the omens, the karmic stuff to the side, Judgment to me is explosive in nature. It is. It's just like very powerful. It's almost unstoppable. And that's where the challenge can be because sometimes it can represent things or situations that are out of our hands. So whether it is the actions or the shifts. So we'll look into this further. And it could also be that undertone of communication as well. Remember, like with him blowing that trumpet. So hopefully it's not a judgy person either. I'm not saying it is, but we'll keep an eye on it. Moving to the center, we have a much smoother, calmer energy, right? We have the Three of Pentacles, and we see those people. They're in a cathedral. They're working together to build it. This is one of my cards of teamwork. Now, all threes in tarot can represent groups of people, group dynamics. So whether we're talking about family, friends, coworkers, a lot of people here for one reason or another. It's usually very social. Usually it's an energy that gels really well and works nice together. So this could be great. Now, if some of you do have career work things on your plate where that's all, like where a lot of your focus is going, the Three of Pentacles could absolutely show up for that. And normally I like it. But when we get to the challenging side of it, it could just be showing us someone else's energy, the energy they're projecting towards you, the energy that they might be sending your way. Sometimes the Three of Pentacles could represent someone that's a little difficult to deal with. And it could also be those dynamics where there's like too many people trying to call the shots. Have you ever heard the phrase, there's too many chefs in the kitchen? Sometimes this card can do that. So we'll see. It could be just someone else's energy. Now, when we get to the back end, we have the Six of Pentacles. I really like this card. We see this individual chilling there. He's got the scale. So again, with Judgment and this, these are both karmic in nature and spiritually tied. But what's he doing? He's giving pentacles away to the people that need it. So when I see this, it's like very charitable, very giving, normally very equal, where it's like, hey, let's bring this into balance. So it's not as intense as Judgment on the front. It's like, hey, let's balance this. Let's make this right. So it is a balancing of the scales. Could be literal charitable works. It's a giving. So again, this is one of my things of gift giving too. Like it's funny, it always shows up in someone's birthday season at least once. So whether it's a gift you're giving or receiving, I do like it. The only downside to the Six of Pentacles is that it could be an energy that gives a little too much of itself. If there's any situations where you feel like it's not fair, it's not balanced, you're putting forward a lot of effort, but someone else isn't. This could be a mismatch of effort. So we do want to dive into it deeper. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, my friends. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Leos. I'm feeling optimistic, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on judgment. It starts out hot, that's for sure. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is judgment here? So, yeah, really intense, and then hopefully it smooths out. That's what I'm hoping. But let's see what judgment has. Very spiritual. Good. Okay. All right. I mean, it is like super strategic. So we do have the King of Swords, and I'm not sure if you've had this in recent weeks. It's been like cycling through different signs. But when I see the King of Swords, that is a no games type of energy. So just know for some Leos, like I don't want to say your tolerance for BS or your tolerance thing could be very low, but I mean, like King of Swords just isn't playing around, right? Like that's one aspect of it. So just know, like this energy is very quick to act, very quick to do this, very quick to do that. So judgment with the King of Swords is like, I think it, I do it. It's like very explosive action. Now that could be great depending on what you're dealing with, right? And depending who's making said action. So that could be nice. But this is also strategy too. The King of Swords is like the master strategist, right? Like, so when I see him underneath judgment, it's like, okay, I'm going to plan this out. This is what I want. This is the result I want. And I'm going to do this, this, and this to do it. Let's go. It's like an energy that makes a plan, that makes it happen. So, I mean, part of me really likes that, right? Because I'm a big believer that if someone makes a plan, you should put it into action. Not every planning and strategy is a bad thing, but this energy is like, get my ducks in a row, boom, then I'm going to act. And this, then I'm acting. It's like kind of in a rush, if that makes sense. So I think it can be good. Now, for some Leos, this could be advice from spirit, where it's like, okay, just get a loose outline and do this, or plan it accordingly, then make an action. Like it to me, it's like someone getting their ducks in a row and then boom. So we do have the explosive action here, and we also do have the plan being laid, but it's not just planning for the sake of planning. It's planning to see something through. So again, whether it's advice or how someone's moving, it's like, all right, this is my plan of action. Now I'm going to do it. It's like very strategic in nature. Let's keep going. I don't think we need to overcomplicate it. And another thing with the King of Swords, he is very, very stern, very serious. I mean, unless you're connected to an air sign, and remember, it's not gender specific. If you're connected to any air signs, it might be a bit of a live wire in this time, because the energy here, it's like the tolerance seems lower than it normally is. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's keep going. Let's see what's up with the Three of Pentacles. That's interesting. So this energy's amped up. Lots of fiery air mixture energy on the front. Let's see what the Three of Pentacles has. Why is that Three of Pentacles here? Thank you. It's like someone trying to make. Okay. I'm going to watch how I say this, because we have the Nine of Wands in the upright underneath it. And this is either one of two. I'm going to give you both. So, and you apply it to your situation. But when I see the Nine of Wands in the upright underneath the Three of Pentacles, first and foremost, this could be somebody that is making something purposefully difficult. Okay, so just again, watch out for that, where it's like normally, hey, we want to do this, then let's do it. This energy is like, oh, but what if we do that and this happens? It's like somebody purposefully complicating something, where it's like, no, let's keep it simple. It's simple and streamlined. So watch out for over complications, whether it is work, whether it's friends. It's like, hey, we don't have to worry about all that. Let's just do it. Now, another thing, when I see the Nine of Wands, that is the wounded warrior for a reason, and especially underneath the Three of Pentacles. This could be spirit saying, like, hey, Leo, watch who you're allowing into your circle in this time. There could be a very specific individual, especially if any of you are having issues with coworkers or stuff like that, where spirit's like, hey, you might want a little distance there, or there might be someone spirit wants you to just beware of. Right? Like the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, it's like, okay, keep the circle tight, keep the circle small, like watch who you're allowing in. That's the big thing here. So if it fits all these bills, where it's like really intense, really rapid, rush, 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 and then we have this energy that's like purposely skewing things and complicating things, just watch out for all of it. And again, it doesn't have to be bad here. It's an abundance of caution in the center. So whether that is a warning or, I mean, it could be frustrating for some of you, but I think it's really important to watch who you allow in your circle and the information they get or the information you give. Let's keep going, especially if it ties into what I've been seeing the past couple weeks. And it doesn't mean you have to be in full blown hermit mode, right? Like you could still socialize, talk to people, but it's like, hey, but there should be barriers of entry, right? Like watch who you're allowing in, or watch the information you're giving. So let's go in on the Six of Pentacles here. That took a bit of a different twist, but let's see what the Six of Pentacles has, and we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. Go. Okay. I mean, we have the Ten of Swords in the upright, and I don't want to say this is someone just like turning off the faucet. It's giving me that imagery though, right? Like the Ten of Swords is a card of endings, right? And like when I see it under a card like the Six of Pentacles, it's like, okay, I put a lot of energy there. I put enough energy there. I'm going to turn that faucet off. So again, there could be things, situations, people that anything really, thought process, where spirit's like, okay, stop putting energy there. Like right now, like don't put energy there for the time being. Not saying not never, right? Like maybe one day you could put energy there, but like the Six of Pentacles is supposed to be balanced. And when I see it underneath a card like the Ten of Swords, it's like, hey, you put a lot of energy into something. Where it's like, okay, now stop putting energy into it. And again, whether that's advice or how someone's moving, right? Like when we go from the Six of Pentacles open, wide open, flowing into the Ten of Swords, this could be an energy that may feel like it's sucked dry. I hate to say it like that. That does say kind of mean or sound kind of mean, but like Six of Pentacles, oh, I'm giving, I'm giving, I'm giving, I'm giving. I don't have any more to give. So pace yourself. Again, whether it's like with people, with situations, it's like you don't want to over extend, if that makes sense. So this is a bit of a warning too, especially with the Ten of Swords on the back end, because it's like I gave so much and now I am in a worse position because of it. I hate saying it like that, but you know me, I'm gonna give you what I'm feeling. So just again, watch out for these. Got a couple little warnings here, but for the most part, it does smooth out over time. But let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. So a mixture of things here, and I think there are some positives and silver linings we can glean from it, especially if this is more of an advice spread. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have Judgment, King of Swords. I think about it, then I do it. I plan it, and I make it happen. Like there's like no gap period here where it's like plan it, make it happen. I'm getting my ducks in a row, taking action. So it does feel like explosive action on the front. There is also this vibe of the strategy, so keep that in mind. But aside from the strategy and the action that we've been picking up, is this a very low tolerance type of vibe where it's like, oh, there's only so much I could take right now. In the center, we have the Three of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Watch out for people that like overcomplicate things or make something harder than it should be or needs to be. It's like simple, straightforward approach. And again, that could be advice as well, where it's like just keep it simple, keep it streamlined. But there is also this energy here, so every one of these has like multiple layers to it. There is this energy where it's like, oh, watch who you allow into your circle. So there could be a person where it's like, okay, you could talk to them, but just like you need a barrier for some reason. On the back end, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and I got the imagery of turning off a faucet. That's what showed up in my head. Don't overextend yourself. Don't overgive. There could be something, a situation, thought process, habit, you name it, where spirit's like, hey, maybe stop putting energy there for the time being. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Cool. Three of Wands. Now that's an energy that waits. And notice, like there was this big thing about circles and people, and we had the three in the center. We have a three in the shadows as well. So remember what I was saying about like the circles and the people surrounding you in this time. Now the Three of Wands normally is an energy that's anticipating something, where it's like I might be sitting, I might be in a wait and see type of mode and mindset. So for some Leos, this might be Spirit's advice, where it's like, all right, give it a little time, wait and see. That could be a big thing with the Three of Wands. But sometimes this energy is waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So you want to avoid anything like that, waiting too long. But even if we put that to the side, just the fact of the threes and all the other stuff I saw with like the energies coming at you, just again, just watch the circle of people around you when this is here. Again, for those of you that are like intuitive, like highly intuitive, your your spidey senses could be going off, right? Like that's another thing. The Three of Wands is like, I'm anticipating something. I feel like something's coming. I just don't know what. So we're just going to leave it there, Leo. That's what I got for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom-made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.